Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Trimble Tech Tips. My name is Dhimandev Chaudhary. I'll be your host today to discuss about the benefits of dual frequency GNSS and L5 signal. GNSS systems such as GPS and Galileo transmit their signal in three distinct bands. For GPS, it is L1, L2, and L5, and for Galileo, it is E1, E5, and E6. This GNSS transmit band can be divided into two parts, upper band and lower bands. For GPS, L1 is upper band and L2 and L5s are lower bands. GPS L1 signal is transmitted in 1575.42 MHz frequency. L2 is transmitted in 1227.6 MHz frequency and L5 is transmitted in 1176.45 MHz frequency. GPS L1 and L2 signals were originally offered by Block 2 series of satellites. These satellites are now decommissioned. However, L1 and L2 signals are now offered by Block 2R and later series of GPS satellites. GPS L1 signal is for civilian use and L2 for military use. L1 signal has two distinct codes, CA code and Y code. CA code is for civilian use and Y code is for military use. L2 has Y code and that's for military use only. CA code and Y codes are binary codes of 1 and zeros that changes frequently. CA code changes 1.023 million times a second, whereas Y code changes 10.23 million times a second and does not repeat itself, resulting a unique sequence of 6.18 trillion 1 and zeros per week per satellite. CA code in L1 signal is unencrypted, whereas Y code present in L1 and L2 signal is encrypted. Due to encryption, it is nearly impossible to hack L2 and L1 signal with Y code for military purposes, whereas L1 with CA code is subject to jamming and spoofing. Part of GPS modernization, Block 2RM series of GPS satellite introduced a new civilian signal known as L2C and also a new code known as M code for L1 signal. M code in L1 signal is used for military purposes. These improvements also carried in Block 2F series of satellites. Although L2C provides many enhancements over L1 signal, it still remains experimental. A new civilian signal is introduced by Block 2F series of GPS satellites. This new signal is known as L5. L5 is designed to meet safety of life transportation and other high-performance application needs. With the dual band of L1 and L5, a GNSS receiver provides better accuracy and greater performance. Additional benefit includes failover. In case of L1 signal is jammed or spoofed, receiver can fall back to L5 signal, and L5 signal is difficult to jam or spoof. GNSS receiver can also provide better ionospheric correction using dual band of L1 and L5, and better immunity against interference. As well, better multipath mitigation. Trimble provides a unique solution for dual-band GNSS receiver. Its RAS720 dual-band receiver is ideally suitable for smart grid, telecom networks, enterprise 5G, industrial network, autonomous vehicle, railway networks, air traffic control, broadcast networks, SATCOM, calibration services, financial and data center networks. Trimble's Res 720 provides resilient timing capabilities, secure boot with tamper-proof capabilities, anti-jamming and anti-spoofing, multipath mitigation, and all the benefit of L5's stronger and protected signal. Interested in learning more? Visit us at timing.trimble.com. And also do not forget to subscribe us. Thank you.